for 1,000 more. All along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000
And thank you for coming to Sophie and Carl's special day. For those who don't know me, I'm Lindsay and I've been Sophie's best friend for 6 years. Up until this moment, I still can't believe I'm doing this. Not just because Sophie's wound up. And she would have taken great delight in all the nerves that I've had. Honestly, I really thought that she was going to turn around and say, "Oh, I'm only joking, you don't have to do it." But because these things are meant to be hilarious and heartfelt, and I'm neither intentionally funny or lovey-dovey, but I'll give it a go. Being friends with Sophie can sometimes be hard work. Most of the time it's difficult enough to understand what on earth she's talking about. She's got her own language. It's affectionately known as Sophonese. When you know the difference between a rurdider, a and a rurdier, you've got a crack. Over the years, we've accumulated many memories and stories, most of which I'm not allowed to tell you. She's already vetoed it, which means that this speech is going to be short. You're all confused. What I can tell you, because most of you already know, is that Sophie getting together with Carl is such a relief, because she sure as hell can't look after herself. Before getting with Carl, she had a small stint of living on her own. And it was during this time that I received a short story through text, following what Sophie thought should have been a simple task of making a sausage sandwich. What she described to me was nothing short of a disaster. It all started relatively simple. Put sausages on the grill pan, put the pan under the grill, cook said sausages. What also needs to be done is to keep checking on them, which is what Sophie didn't. And this resulted in the pan and the sausages being set on fire. Cue Sophie panicking and flapping around in the usual manner. Picture the scene. This in itself, before having a stroke of genius, and she took the pan outside, which in itself would have been fine, but she then having taken her slippered foot and tried to stamp the fire out, also setting that slipper on fire. Safe to say, since moving in with Carl, I haven't had any of those texts. So for that, Carl, I have to thank you for taking responsibility for her. And now that you're married, it's official. She's yours to keep. You don't need me to tell you how lucky you are, because you already know. She's funny and more than a bit daft, which will keep you entertained in the years to come, and we can all agree that she's gorgeous. The relationship you have with each other is unique and inspiring. You have both proved that together you can make things work, and it comes out beautifully. The house that you've bought and done out together is gorgeous and a shining representation of your life together. A little hard work at times, wonderfully nerdy, and if you look really closely, is sweet and loving. All this brings me back to today and the start of a new chapter in the story of the new Mr. and Mrs. Leishman. I am still not intentionally funny or lovey-dovey, but I am honest and can hand on heart say that I'm so happy for the two of you and that I've been able to be a part of your day. I wish you many new happy memories to come and all the love I can give. If we can all please raise our glasses and congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Leishman.
As you can see, very well prepared with a Harry Potter book.
On brand, like it?
Yes. Stephen Rhodes
15 minutes before the wedding.
That and your invites. See, it's all sorted out. Yeah, you might have noticed there's marginal book theme, just ever so slightly. Likewise, you've all got books on there as well. Feel free to swap if you don't like the book you've got. Except Mr. Gibson. And it's got the Communist Manifesto. No comment on him. So, first thing, I mean, that wasn't even the start, that was just for a start. First thing is obviously, so, just want to say how beautiful she looked today. Massively kind of how happy it made when, well, what, 368 days ago, give or take, she said yes to marry me. It really was, well, besides today, one of the happiest days I've had. I don't know, so I was never going to use them. But it really has made me massively happy. I mean, obviously we started off in the house in Chester, then the different house in Chester, and then obviously we bought the house in Dunstan. And the other people I want to thank is obviously, first of all, obviously Sophie, massively for the house, but more importantly, it's a trouble. Some of, yes, I'm a marginal budget, I can generally fit anything, but without Alan and Derek's help, would have been nowhere. Thank you very much, Jeff. It meant massive amounts to it. The other one is obviously the parents. Without Wendy and Lee, Sophie wouldn't be the wonderful, crazy lady that she is. Secondly, obviously to my parents. I'm not going to call myself wonderful. So thank you to my parents for the wonderful, crazy person that I am as well.
You're a nutter.
It's charming, that, isn't it?
So glad I can say that.
Yeah, expanding yourself. It really is massively important to have everybody with us, especially Finn. Just want to clarify, he hasn't got one of the coloured balls in his hand, has he?
Yes.
Two of the big passions that me and Sophie have got together. Reading, hence the reason you've got Harry Potter and things like that. And it was mainly, I don't want to say it was Harry Potter that brought us together, because that would be very weird. But it really was at work when obviously both of us were working massively hard, using Skype to talk to each other, and just generally messing about. When it took a long time to establish that we both really did love Harry Potter. But more importantly, some of you may have recognised it, some of you may not. When we came in, the music that Sophie walked into was Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. It turned out both of our favourite songs. Completely separately, just managed to mention what? Oh yeah, it's my favourite song. And you know, you get the usual, oh yeah, that's my favourite song too. You know, and I'm trying to be nice. Genuinely is the truth. The fact that both of us had the same favourite song, the fact that both of us absolutely love Harry Potter and reading in general. I mean, we're only, what, 400 books short now of our library? 1,001 books, that's officially a library. So that's our next goal, is to get to that point. The second love that we share, apart from obviously each other, is a love for drinking. I didn't want to say this. We're not alcoholics, just want to clarify. We don't drink during the
Slightly.
Nice.
You only help them out when they're busy.
Alcoholics go to meetings, we don't, so it's on that. So the first thing that I want everybody to do is pick up their nice coloured bottle.
Finally.
Open it up, obviously.
Give us a countdown, Carl.
Oh no, don't worry. What I'd like to say is, no sniffing it because that's cheating.
Too late.
So,
Got it.
first thing I want to say is massive thanks to Sophie for the house, for my happiness, for everything. And we all have a shot because we tried to not.
You finished, everyone.
And it is cherry sours, apple sours and raspberry sours for those that don't know what it was. Another couple of people left to thank. Chris, who's obviously going to be doing a speech very shortly. Yes, you are. Sorry. And also Nick at the back as well. One of the things I couldn't do was pick a best man. There's so many people who mean so much to me. Sense the reason, Nick did the start, Chris did the speech, my dad did the rings. See? It's a nice way of doing it. And I just couldn't pick, so I didn't think it was fair to. But as a final toast, I'm not going to toast me so because it'd be weird to toast myself. But just for making me the happiest man alive. Sophie. Thank you very much.
Who would like to hear it? That's enough for me. Why do you never allow Severus Snape to go to the pharmacy to buy your tampons? Because he always comes back with always. I was only close to it. Right.
Gets better.
It doesn't. So I got to know Carl when in 2002, so I've known him for 16 years. September 9th, 2002. We started at Barclays call centre, and within the space of a couple of days we were good friends because we sat at the back and took the mickey out of everyone. Things haven't changed in 16 years, to be honest. But I've known him for that long that when I came to write the speech and I looked back over it, it's a bit like looking back at your childhood. All you remember is flashes of things. This isn't because we were always drunk. 90% of the time we were drunk, but not 100. So, cracking jokes in training at Barclays. A Renault Megane that had little boot space to begin with. But after he'd shoved two massive subwoofers in, it had literally zero space. Terrible, terrible Carl. Carl, when we used to play seven-a-side on a weekly basis, volunteering to go in goals purely for the purpose of having a cigarette. I have moved many, many, many a sofa with Carl, with his skill and professional expertise, but we did fail jokes. It was terrible. It was a massive sofa with a tiny staircase. Carl came, bless him, my wife and I are Christians. He was either open-minded or foolish enough to come to learn more. He went to a Learn About Christianity course. And all I remember about it is the honest opinions he shared with us afterwards in the pub. Both about what he'd heard that day and about the people he was hearing it from. There are still people in my old church now that I can't talk to anymore because they just think sneaking away from the top table of my wedding because he needed a wee during the speeches. Can't do that this time. One time we went to Hong Kong together. My wife's parents lived in Hong Kong. I had just got married. Because I just got married and I was with my parents-in-law, I sat in the sensible stand watching rugby. Carl went into the south stand, which is where crazy things happened. We didn't see him all day. And then England won the final. He rocks up with a bucket of chicken, sunstroke, admitting that he's lost his camera and he has no idea where. It was a good day. And bless him, every time I invite him round, he arrives at my door with a cigarette in one hand, a bottle of Jack Daniels or a bottle of vodka in the other, and this wave. However, there is one night that sticks out in memory and isn't, well, alright, it is flashes in some places, but there is a lot of flashes. And it was December 2002, a Barclays Christmas do. Do any of you people know the lovely place Lumley Castle near Chesley Street?
Yeah.
Lovely building, does not deserve what happened to it on that night. You know when you see Christmas parties in movies and you know usually there's photocopiers and things like that? It was a bit like that. Carl, using his charm convinced the waitress that our table only had 4 people on when it should have had 8, was actually full. So we all got twice the food, twice the starter, twice the beer, and twice the mead, which will come up shortly. Yeah, it did many times. According to Wikipedia, mead is an alcoholic beverage created by the fermenting of honey, with an alcohol content ranging from 3 to more than 20%. According to Carl, mead is the brew of the dead, and he can no longer even smell the stuff without turning a bit green. So the night continued. There was embarrassing dancing, a bit of tonsil hockey with some of our colleagues who swear to this day did not happen. But somehow, after one flash of memory that I can only recall because I rang my girlfriend at the time and said, "Hey babe, do you know it's snowing?" And she said, "Yes, you've rang me twice in the last 5 minutes to tell me it's snowing. Please stop." But somehow we end up at my flat in Framelgate Mall. I showed Carl my new prized possession. I'd been to York recently and I bought a ram's head claymore, a sword. And he does what men do, and he looks at it and he took it out of the scabbard and he started doing this with it. And only in flashback do I remember that I was standing just there and somehow still have both ears. And then, having proved the weight of it, having proved that it's a good sword, we did what all people do. We played noughts and crosses in my living room carpet. I think I won, but I may not have got my security deposit back. So, I was going to say skip to the next day, but in reality, black out to the next day. We are due in work. It's a Sunday, it's quiet as anything, but we go in. Somehow we make it in. And we've been told no sick days. Barclays was very strict. No sick days after a Christmas party or you're in serious trouble. Carl made it in. He did answer the phone. But in between phone calls, we always had a confidential waste bin just between us. In between phone calls, that confidential waste bin was on the desk. His head was in it, and whenever the phone beeped in his ear, all you could hear was, "Hello, welcome to Bob," with a distinct echo from the bin. So bless, Carl gets sent home, because he's loud. It was quiet, and they said, "Carl, you are very sick, please go home. We don't want to have to clean that up." And he made it, and disturbingly, you wrote on your motorbike phone. I'm fairly sure you were still drunk, that should not have happened. But if the bar does stock mead, it's been 16 years, I'm sure he'd like to try it again. So get 1 or 2, you know. So, in 2010, me and my family decided to move to the Middle East because a work opportunity came up. And I didn't speak to Carl all that often. But what was always reassuring to me was whenever we came home, and whenever we said, "Carl, will you come and meet us in Wetherby or wherever was in between where we were," he would always say yes. He would always be the first one to say, "Yes, I'll get in a car, I'll come wherever I need to." And God bless him every single time. He came, he couldn't have much to drink, that's why there were no stories from this period of time. And he drove back there. And for me, he's one of those friends that it doesn't matter how long it's been since you've not talked to him, the second you get in the room again, it's like no time has happened. And this year we finally moved back to the UK. We spent 8 years in the Middle East. And Carl was as amazing as ever. All I had to do was ring him up and say, "Carl, I have flat pack furniture, I have 2 crates of beer, and I have the number of a pizza restaurant," and he was there like a shot. Seriously, we got so much flat pack furniture those 2 weekends. So, in short, Carl is the nicest man I've ever had the fortune to meet. He's been there for me in good times and bad. Becky, my wife, is quite upset with Sophie because Carl was always her number 2 choice. If I died, she was supposed to take Carl, and now she can't do that. Carl kept me sane when I was working in a contact centre. He taught me the value of a good cigarette break, even though I don't smoke. Which I still do to this day. He taught me about flat pack assembling and couch moving more than I ever thought possible, and I hope and pray that he'll stay my friend forever. And in Sophie, Carl has done what he knows best, and he has fallen on his feet. I haven't known you for as long as I've known Carl, but I can say that he's had an amazing influence on me. Although maybe not because he's such a champion. Maybe just don't try that. You've had an amazing influence on us already, amazing man. And in the two of you is a couple who understands each other, who shares common interests, supports each other, and makes each other better. And I wish you all the happiness in the world. So ladies and gentlemen, if you raise your glasses to the bride and groom, Carl and Sophie.
Sophie.
Up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe